Thank you for joining. My name is Mohammad Faisal and I am a full stack software developer and have experience of working around 8 years and building different products for different companies. Today I am going to talk about a topic that is really hot, I would say, and I just want to capture my thoughts at this time. We're living in 2025, and the developer market is really tight, and people all around me, I am seeing that getting a job is getting harder and harder. So fortunately, I was maybe in the right place in the right time, so I never really had that issue of not finding any job. But I'm seeing the industry evolve, and I just want to capture my thoughts here. So the today's topic is how much AI knowledge should a developer have, and how much is important, how much is absolutely essential, how much will help you to grow further, and things like that. I have divided the type of people or the type of developers into 4 buckets primarily, and I'll talk about them one by one. So let's start. The first bucket, I have put the people who don't even like AI for some reason, like they have probably used it a little bit, or they don't really like the workflows or how the AI is helping them. They think they can do better than AI, or the AI is creating unnecessary bugs. All of those are true, but essentially I think this can happen due to 2 reasons. The first reason can be the code base that we are working in might be too complex, so the AI is not getting enough context in a proper way to help you effectively, so it's introducing bugs and things like that, and you are eventually getting frustrated, and you are thinking that okay, this is not something that can revolutionize, so you don't like it at all. The other thing that could be, which I think is the most probable thing, is you're not using it right. So there are AI coding tools like Cursor, Claude Code, things like that, and they by definition knows better than you. They are kind of compressed knowledge of the whole world in a way, so their knowledge shouldn't be questioned. The only thing that can be questioned is the interaction with you, and if you are not able to interact with the AI in a proper way, the AI will not give you the answers in a proper way. But I think these are the type of people who are in most risk, because they, if they still continue to write code in hand from start to finish, this can give them peace of mind. But as soon as they will try to switch the jobs, or if for some reason they lose their current job and try to find the next one, they are in trouble. Because in LinkedIn or in any job board, if you go, you will see that a new requirement is constantly popping up, is the candidate must be able to use AI tools effectively. So it is not an option anymore, it's becoming a mandatory thing. You may or may not use it on your day-to-day tasks, you may still get pride in writing code by hand yourself, maybe you feel safer that way, all of those are fine. But if you can't even use them properly, then I think you are in trouble. So let's talk about the next group of people, in my opinion, who are actually using the AI tools. Now what do I mean by that? Which are those people whom I am calling they can use the AI tools? There are several levels. So the first level is you are at least using a IDE that supports AI. For example, it can be Cursor, it can be Windsurf, or there are many powerful terminal tools now, Claude Code, Gemini CLI, things like that. So you must be at least using those or trying those out, and maybe you're doing good or bad, maybe you use them 50% of the time or 100% of the time. There can be a nice balance of that, I'll not go deep into that, but you should be at least familiar with these AI tools, and you must understand their power and their limitations. Thing to keep in mind is I am still learning these things, so I am not like an expert or anything, but I just want to share the thoughts here, so that in future I can refer back to see what my thoughts were in 2025. In my opinion, this is the bare minimum. At least from what I've seen, you at least have to know these AI tools, you at least have to be able to use them and use them effectively. When I'm saying effectively, that means not just using Claude Code or not just using cursor. There are some techniques to make them more efficient, like using the MCP tools or ability to use Claude Code or Claude.md files, Gemini.md files to give them proper instructions, using the agents, sub agents, things like that. So at least having some basic familiarity. And without this, I think anybody in future will have trouble to find work. So you can still be proud of writing code by hand, but please learn these things. So this is the, I would say, the second level. The third level are the people who knows the AI tools and can integrate AI into existing applications. I think this is right now the most or one of the most demanding fields, and as I said initially, fortunately I have experience in this domain. That's why I have seen a lot of interests of hiring such people. And what are those sources? For example, I work through TopTal, and I have seen in TopTal's most of the jobs, like 90% of the jobs these days, mention that the candidate, let's say they are building an accounting tool, the job title would say accounting software full stack developer plus AI integration experience. That is the word, right? So that is the part that you have to be proficient in. It's not very hard thing to do. It's really kind of getting necessary day by day, but at this point in time, these are the people who are in most demand, and they should be able to get the jobs really easily. So what kind of things that I am talking about? So let's say you do not know anything about it. What are the things that you should learn? In my opinion, the first, or at least the bare minimum to learn, is ability to integrate different LLMs into an existing full stack application, or maybe at least on the backend side. For example, let's say your company wants to implement OCR. Now OpenAI has some vision models that you can call, send the documents, and it will give you back the results from OCR. Are you able to build it yourself? Or are you able to build a basic RAG architecture, like getting the documents, chunking them, storing them? What are vector databases? What kind of trade-offs do we have between different vector databases? What are different kind of RAG systems? Things like those. So this is still an evolving field. For example, initially when we started using or creating RAG systems, they have changed a lot, but at least you should continue, or at least try to continue to learn these things. If you are already doing it in your job, that's great, but if you are not doing it in your job, you can do it on your own. So you should do it on your own to get ahead of the race. So I think this is another area that folks should try to focus in. Alright, so that's the third area of people, and the fourth area of people are hardcore ML folks, like who can actually build the generative AI models. They can build like training pipelines, pre-training, post-training. I actually almost don't know anything about those, so this is not really my area. So but these are again the folks who are in most demand across the world. So we often hear Meta is poaching candidates from OpenAI, Google is trying to get people from OpenAI, OpenAI is trying to take people from Apple. I mean, all sorts of things are happening in this field. So who are fortunate to know these things, you are already good. You do not have to take advice from me. So that's the four areas of four types of developers, I would say, that currently exist in the industry. And going forward, I think the job market will be tougher and tougher, because the people who can use these AI tools are, at least in my case, I can say, if tomorrow I am not able to use any AI tools for some reason, I will be at least 5 times less productive. So at the end of the day, the businesses or the people who hire you care about the results. Of course, good code matters, coding structure matters, ability to write code yourself matters, learning code yourself matters. All of those things still matter, at least for your long-term career, but you have to stay sharp on these evolving fields in order to understand this and use this on your day-to-day basis. That is why I think people like us who are coming from a third world country, for example, I live in Bangladesh. In our country, it's very hard to get even a credit card that I can subscribe. For example, I want to spend money on OpenAI's API, but I'm not able to do that. So unfortunately, these things will take us behind day by day, and it's a sad thing to see, but it is what it is. So if you're fortunate enough that you have the tools, money and the knowledge to learn these AI tools, use these AI tools, use this AI APIs and things like that, please do that. I think in the long run you will be very, very beneficial, at least in your career. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope it was somewhat useful for you. If not, let me know. And in any case, feel free to hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube stuff, and have a wonderful day. Thank you.